It's a Wednesday. And for about 30 years here on the morning show, he's been part of this show at this time. I'd like to bring in my good friend, Dr. Joe Congini, Sports Medicine Center at Akron Children's Hospital. Dr. Joe, good morning. What do you have for us today?
Thanks so much, Ray. But, all this good friend stuff, we're such good friends. But here, I'm going to throw you a curveball this morning. You and your audience, I'm going to throw you a curveball. There's so much. It's a cornucopia of sports going on this week. The Super Bowl's coming up. No great injury stories that I came up. The Olympics, oh, my gosh, they had to get Lindsey Vonn off but the Olympics start Friday. They had the airlifter off and her injury unclear. Well, the big trade looks like it's coming up, and you hit the nail on the head. We said Darius Garland just didn't look the same, and so that's concerning, and it's a little bit sad seeing the kid grow up and all that kind of stuff. But we've talked a lot about his foot problem. I'm going to talk about something that in 30 years I've never talked about, and this is throwing you for a loop. I'm going to talk about a sport by the name of table tennis or ping pong. And I was sent a couple of articles on this, and I want to highlight them. I found them to be very interesting. And so it is the most popular participation sport in the world, right? About 800 to 850 million players. China's number one, the U.S. number two, but all over the world people play table tennis. All you really need is a table and two people, so it's pretty easy for people to play this sport. And it was really brought to my attention by one of the best in the country, a good friend of mine. Kerry is a engineer. He was a state champion wrestler up at Mentor. He is now he's a national champion table tennis player, and he tells me kind of what he finds when he plays all over town at different places. And so he got me onto this article from The Athletic this week, and it highlighted two research articles. You know that most of the time if I'm going to talk about something, I want it backed up by research. These articles were from 2018 and 2024, Ray. And so in the Athletic article, they talk about the notorious players who use it as preparation, really, in great athletes. How about this list? Steve Nash, the MVP point guard, great table tennis player. Clayton Kershaw, I read about him, 3-time Cy Young winner. Hey, gosh, are we putting him in one of the top pitchers of all time now as I read about him? Clayton Kershaw prepares by playing table tennis. Patrick Mahomes, 3-time Super Bowl champion, totally dominant. The people in the clubhouse with the Chiefs say he's better and more dominant in table tennis than he is in football on the football field. So kind of fun stuff. And it brought me back. I always bring back a warming story in the winter, from historically. Remember the Indians of the 90s, and we had so much fun with the Indians in the 90s. And Mike Hargrove used to really encourage his people, particularly his infielders. He wanted them before batting practice to play table tennis because it helped them with their concentration and other things. And you remember who was the best, supposedly, in the Indians clubhouse was, I believe, Carlos Baerga was the one they said that was pretty unbeatable. So I kind of got a kick out of that and all these things. So what is it then? What are these benefits that I've been talking about to this sport? Well, from the standpoint of mindfulness and brain function, cognitive function, it's like second to none. There's problem solving that goes on all the time when people are playing table tennis. Number two, reflexes, eye-hand coordination. That also goes along with the preparation for other sports or just enjoying the sport itself with the reflexes and eye-hand coordination improvements. But the bottom line, two things from table tennis. Number one, the lowest rate, they had a lot of numbers, too, in these research articles, lowest rate of dementia of any sport that people play. It seems to delay cognitive decline, number one, and that feeds in then to number two. People who play this sport live longer. They have increased longevity. So it's an easy sport to get out and play. There's many places around the Akron area that people play at if you look, and it has so many benefits, particularly, of course, delaying cognitive decline. Really good stuff. And so the bottom line, the name of this article in The Athletic, play more table tennis. And it caught my attention today, and I just wanted to, for a change of pace, I wanted to talk about that this morning.
You know, Joe, I played a lot of it when I was younger, and I always thought that it helped me in baseball with my hand-eye coordination, with fielding the ball and even hitting the ball, because in table tennis, that little thing is moving quickly. and you got to react with a backhand, a forehand, and just react with the ball. And I agree with you. I think there's a lot of benefits, and I've certainly had a lot of fun. I remember a couple times, me and a couple of buddies of mine, we would be dripping sweat when we would get done playing table tennis. For sure. Great stuff this morning. Joe, do you mind me asking you, Lindsey Vonn, it was announced last night, even though she's got the ACL tear, and I know you don't see the x-rays and that type of thing, but she said that she's going to ski this coming weekend in the Olympics. And I scratched my head and I said, how in the world can she do that?
You know, Ray, I did read some things on that, and because it was a little unclear with things, it's part of why I didn't go down that road. She's had a lot of knee problems. So she had an ACL in the past. She had other ligament and cartilage injuries in the past. She has a partial replacement, from what I understand. And so this would be the first time that a competitor in the Olympics with a partial replacement. But I am told that as of yesterday, this week, she's gotten back function enough to get the feeling that she's going to be ready to try to give it a go in the Olympics starting Friday night, starting this week, and that she is going to go with that. It was not a re-injury of the ACL. She had her ACL reconstructed, but she's had multiple knee injuries through a career. So we'll just keep an eye on things. You know that athletes do some things, and this is her last go-around, so she's got a lot of a lot of motivation to try to do the best she can do.
Well, we'll all be rooting for her, that's for sure. Joe, as always, my friend, great insight again today in the world of sports medicine. Appreciate the time with us, Joe.
Thanks, Ray. Have a great week.
You too, my friend. Dr. Joe Congini, Sports Medicine Center, Akron Children's Hospital, on board with us this morning here at WAKR.